Hi, my name is Keshia Martin. I am your spiritual teacher and energy healer. And I wanted to chat today about one-sidedness. What I do is I help people to identify their unique gifts as they go through their flow. And some of the blockages that occur in our life are based on emotional challenges. And a lot of these can actually come through relationships. And one-sided relationships are relationships where one person feels as though that they are giving a lot more than they are receiving in the relationship. So what does this mean? You might think of an example where you had a friendship and it seemed like you were always the one who was able to answer the phone. You were always the one who would attend their events or be there for them when they decided to, say they invited you out, you would be the one that always said yes. If they needed something, you were there to help them, and so on and so forth. However, what you may have found is when you were in trouble and you needed to have somebody to talk to, they could never answer their phone, or if you invited them to an event, you were last on the list. If it came to you needed somebody to support you, they weren't there to be found. Then this is a clear example of one-sided relationships. Now, in some cases, this could be all three or all the way down. This is how this person is all together with you. All right. In this instance, you pretty much are like a doormat to this person because they're taking you for granted and they're not accepting you for who you are and your value into the relationship or as a friend. All right. The second maybe it's just a couple of the things they're not doing, and as a result, you're feeling hurt by this because when you need them the most, for whatever reason, they're not there. Okay. So what do you do when you have challenges like this, or you have a friend or a person, or maybe it's a coworker or someone in your life that is operating on this level? They're being one-sided with you. Okay. First off is to take a step back and look at the relationship to see what exactly it is that you're upset about. Okay, it's identifying first and foremost your emotion. Now, I always start with yourself because at the end of the day, the only thing we can control is ourselves. All right, we can't control anything outside of our own physical body. We can only control what's going on within, and starting there is always the first. So why is this upsetting you? Why is this triggering you? Okay. Two, after you identify why this is upsetting you, the next thing is dealing with that. Okay. Dealing with that emotion, because part of what we're receiving, and this is the hardest part of dealing with the one-sidedness or any form of relationship, whether it's great or bad, is that the relationships that we attract into our lives are reflections or mirrors of who we are on the inside. Okay. So when you're doing this reflection to see why this upsets you, it's also important that you take a hard look and see where you may be guilty of this with someone else or something else in your life. All right. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It could also be like a situation, whether it's how you're handling things with your job, your bills, or whatever the case may be. Are you following up on time? Or you're responding the same way? These are questions you must ask yourself. Once you ask yourself these questions and you deal with the aspect of being one-sided, and why this person is hurting you, you release the tension and the anger you have about the situation. Okay. And you don't release it just by saying, you know what, forget it, screw it, I'm not going to think about it anymore, because only thing you're doing is really pushing it off somewhere else in your energy, and then it blocks you somewhere else. So the only way to really, really release it is to deal with it. Like, come to terms to say, all right, I'm going to make a change. I have to make an adjustment in my lifestyle where I'm not operating like this on this level. So say the one-sidedness in your life is that they're not responding to you timely. Like if you're sending them text messages, they're waiting 3 days to respond to you. Then look at how you are in other aspects of your life and find ways to be better. So that way you're as responsive also. And it's just not with this one person that you're responsive with. Okay. So we have to keep it real with ourselves, so we're making real changes. Two, finding a time to address it with this person. Now you have to fully release things with yourself first. Okay. And when you're going to address it with the person, there's two things you have to consider. One is that they may not be ready. They may not have gone through the same thought process that you have and are ready to have a discussion with you to go forward and make a change. All right. And two, they may be ready. Okay, so if you have the discussion and you see that it's only creating more challenges than it was to start it up, then they're not ready. And if you've forgiven and really went within, allow them the patience. You have to now you exercise patience to allow yourself or to allow them to deal with things on their time. All right. Going or trying to force or press the issue with them is not going to make the situation any better. If anything, it will make it worse because now you're trying to force them to be something that they're not. Now, when someone shows you who they are, it's up to you to accept that this is what it is. Okay. So from here, it's almost like a little diagram we're going through. So once you've talked to them and you realize that, hey, this isn't really, we're not having an effective conversation here, we're not getting through, that's, you make time to walk away and allow them their space to, I don't want to say catch up to you because now you're allowing your ego to be higher than them, but you allow them their space to heal. All right. They may heal within a week, 2 weeks, it may be 3 years. But that's fine. The thing that you're doing is you're allowing and forgiving the situation. And you may have to make the decision with this person that if they're not ready, now we're back on the other side, that they're not ready to deal with this. They're not ready to change. They think that what you're saying is doesn't make any sense. You're being too sensitive. You shouldn't be asking me this. Those are all signs that what you've been feeling is true. And you need to accept that as it is what it is right now. And make a decision, should I allow this person to stay in my life but on a different level, or should I walk away? Okay? And that decision is up to you. And what determines that is by being true to yourself. All right? By knowing who you are, the things that you want to accept in your life, and being true to the things that you will not accept into your life. So not everyone has to get cut right out of your life immediately. But what you can do is change the dynamics of the friendship, or maybe you're not calling them as frequently. Maybe you're catching up once in a blue moon. Maybe you're just wishing happy birthdays to each other, and you guys are coexisting on a cool level. And things are there for whenever they're ready to see, oh, well, maybe I have, or I miss you, or some time apart has allowed them to think things through, or maybe they were going through challenges or difficulties in their life, and now that it's clear they can think about it and come back to you, then maybe at that point you both can resume the friendship you originally had. But for now, while it's one-sided, do what's best for you, okay? And follow those steps by following your intuition, knowing what you want, what's best, and actually doing a checkup from the neck up in between. Because if you're not doing that, you're not learning from the situation. And what will happen is you'll get more people like that in your life. You'll continually attract people and they'll get worse each time around. And before you know it, you have like this muddled relationship because your mind is going to continually start to believe that I only attract crazy people in my life. And as unfortunate as that sounds, you will really start to attract crazy people into your life. All right. Now, this is my little talk about one-sidedness. I hope this helps you. And if you find that this helps you, feel free to like, comment, and share. Once again, my name is Keshia Martin. I am a spiritual teacher and energy healer. If you need one-on-one coaching to kind of help remove some of those blocks and learning how to do all this stuff and how it relates to like prayer, meditation, and everything else, give me a buzz or email me below because that's what I do. All right. So Keshia Martin. Subscribe to my channel so you can get the 411 right on time as it comes right out. All right. And I'm trying to reach like 1,000 people. So you got to help a sister out. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.